Hi there, folks. We're looking a bit frazzled, but we've decided to do a late video for you because we had no racing today. Now we're speaking to you on Saturday night. We just watched the rugby where South Africa managed to beat the Argentinians, the Pumas, by 1 point, Lyle.
Just
today. They just held on. They had a man sent off or a yellow card at 10 minutes before the end. But what gives me great pleasure is to welcome Lyle Cooper back on air, because those that follow horse racing might not have seen Lyle for quite a while on air. Lyle, you've had a bit of a torrid time, and you've been in hospital. You've still been participating in the direct line because that doesn't require to be on air, and you've been working hard whilst you've been in hospital, still following the racing. But great to have you back. How are you?
lovely to be back, Nico. As you say, I've been in hospital for pretty much 3 weeks in and off different hospitals. And, part of it is anxiety, but that led to other issues, including lungs, liver, and back, and maybe even bone marrow. We'll chat about that another time. But the worst thing I went through was the back operation. Don't ever do a back operation unless it's the last thing you have to do in your life. It is so painful. Oh, Nico,
I know you've been suffering, but Lyle, you said that's primarily from golf, eh? You've had those issues.
Yes, my back was messed from golf. But as we went deeper into it, just a few of the other issues came out, and I'm just going to, not today, but on air, if I ever get a chance, I just want to mention anxiety out there to people, because this three weeks I've learned a lot about anxiety, and we all carry it. It actually causes physical, mental harm.
Yeah.
So people need to calm down, including myself and you and everyone else.
And doesn't it also highlight the fact that you need to have time off and time away,
very much.
and just time away from your normal duties?
I mean, we've done so many lectures in the 3 weeks, but and as a life coach as well, if you don't have time for yourself, you might as well not live, because you're not going to last long. You need personal time, which I know you are not good at, Nico.
No, I'm not good at it. But the only personal time I get is actually if I'm not well myself. But look, it's great to have you back, and we're here to talk the direct line because we are sort of middle way through the weekend. We started our 200 Rand special yesterday with our race meeting at Fairview, but because today's racing at Kenilworth has now moved to Monday, we now have the big Gold Cup meeting tomorrow and Monday. So what we're going to be doing is basically saying, if you haven't got into the direct line and you still want to get on, I'm going to make this offer to people out there. So for the 2 days, instead of charging 200 Rand as we did, I've decided together with Lyle that we're going to charge 150 Rand for the 2 days. So it basically works out at 75 Rand for tomorrow, which is Gold Cup Day, and 75 Rand for Monday. And we are not sharks. We never have been. So if for some reason Monday is gone, we will give everyone tips for Tuesday now, which is scheduled to be back in Johannesburg on Tuesday, which is the start of the new season on Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the Vol. I think Classic Course, and I think they're 9 races.
Yeah. So so basically, if you want to find out more, we're doing this on Saturday night quite late. But if you want to find out more, contact Bella on the mobile number or the WhatsApp number on your screen. It's +27, drop the zero, the first zero, if you're phoning or contacting from outside of South Africa, or email the direct line @gmail.com. It's a huge day tomorrow. Just a quick reminder as I put that down. And those are the banking details, by the way, which you can pause the video and take them down. And it's 150 Rand that we're going to give you. So this is what we're looking at for tomorrow. Now, Lyle, I know that you've been studying the card for quite a few days now, but if I could just put this up a little bit closer there, you'll be able to see all those carryovers.
Well, let me read it to them, because you probably you can see it. Well, it's 12 million Rand for the pick 6, starts in race 4. Quartet race 7, we're looking at 5 million. Jackpot 1, which will be in race 5, is up to 2 million. And then you and I were just chatting off air. At the bottom, there's the Hong Kong World Pool, Nico.
Yes,
so you can talk through that one, because that's ginormous.
So there are certain pools, and this is from races 2 through to 10. Certain pools are commingled with the rest of the world. Basically, it's the win, the place, the exacta, the quinella, and the swinger. Now, what is a quinella? The quinella is what South Africans, or if Zimbabweans were following racing all those years ago, used to call the dupla, which is effectively the first two in any order, whereas the exacta is the first two in the correct order. So they bet into different.
As the name suggests.
The exacta's the first two in the exact order. The quinella, which you can bet on tomorrow, is the first two in any order. And we might well be doing that for our direct line customers, focusing in on some of those bets. If we do find a nice quinella where it works out as a 2-horse race, it might be better to take a quinella, which costs you R1, as opposed to the boxed exacta, which costs you R2.
A quick question for the punters, Nico.
Yes.
The quinella, can you take 4 horses, or do you have to take 2?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it just doubles up and so forth.
Absolutely, yeah. So you take quinella 4 horses and box them, you'll get all 4 of those boxed. But remember, you get them in any order. Well, you can get them in any order as opposed to the fixed.
Nice bet, and it's a world pool.
A nice bet, and the quinella is huge overseas. Now, I wanted to just, apart from telling people to come on board and join us, because we've had a lot of people querying it. The strange thing is, as at this particular moment, I haven't looked at a card yet, because you know that I work through the night, and you also know that I like taking the last bits of information. I mean, you do know Sheila's now scratched from the Mercury Sprint, which was a late scratch late today. I like leaving it to the last minute to get in the study time, because
for that reason.
Well, I think, you know, you get a bit more. I don't know. You may lose the early prices if you like something. You may lose the early prices, which is the negative. But the positive is that you get a lot more time to look at what might actually be the case, and you can take into account the late scratchings too. So I don't have to study Sheila now for the Mercury Sprint, which is one less horse.
I hear you.
To look out for. Yeah.
But we often talk to each other at 2 o'clock in the morning, you and I. So we both do a bit of late studying. But as it happens, I have looked at it, and I'm really looking forward to this card. Very competitive, good card.
It is a great card. It is a great card. What I want to quickly touch on, if you don't mind, Lyle, is the big one, the Champions Cup.
Huge race.
1800 meter 8th race. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what I haven't studied, so I don't know what I like in it. But what I do want to tell punters is that after the last race on Thursday, I went up to Lawrence Werner's private box. And as you know, he's extremely hospitable, and he forced me to stay for a Coke and I don't drink Coke.
I thought you really worked hard. He must have worked hard, unfortunately.
He forced me to stay, and his driver stroke assistant is a guy called Willie, and Willie had the first Amstel beer out the fridge in a jiffy after the last race. But the point was this, that in the room was Gwendolyn McGregor, whose birthday it was on Thursday, okay, or the Tuesday, I think it was. The Tuesday it was her birthday. And Brett Crawford.
Yeah.
And Brett kindly said to me, Nico, my horse Zapatias, okay, is better than its last run, is lengths better than its last run. And I actually asked him, I said, do you really think you have a realistic chance of winning that grade 1 race? Now, you do remember that Zapatias was the July favorite for last year's July, and was scratched literally the day before the July. So, you know, he went wrong. What I'm trying to get at is that I said to him, I said, why do you think you could be there or could beat this field? And he said, very importantly, I'm banking on the rest having tired legs.
Very good point.
From running in the July.
Good point.
And he says, I'm banking on them having tired legs, and I've got fresh legs, and I'm ready to win. And I just wanted to share that with the public. I know that might well be out in the marketplace.
The price is good.
Yeah, of course, yeah. What price is that?
Well, I think it was around 7 to 1, give or take.
Yeah.
I haven't got the current price right now, but if I can just name 5 horses, I've studied this race in detail.
Right.
And I've got 5 horses. Can I mention those 5 horses? Because I think the winner will come from those 5.
Right.
Number 1, Dave the King. Number 1, Dave the King, and Zapitalas or Zapitilas. Those 2 are drawn beautifully. And then at the bottom, Princess Kara. I know it's 1800 meters, but she's the best weighted horse in the race. See it again. We know who he is and what he's capable of. And then El Mutana. They're both drawn badly, 11 and 12. But I think the winner will come from one of those 5, 1, 2, 10, 11, and 12. But we'll discuss it in much more detail tomorrow.
Yes, in our sheet. But can I just tell you what my gut feel is?
Yes.
My gut feel is it's a bridge too far for See It Again. Now, remember, I haven't studied it. I think it's one run too many.
Too many.
For See It Again.
As do I. I'm leaning towards one of the other 4.
That's my gut feel on See It Again. And as big as I was on him for the July to run there, I think it's just boiled over.
Yeah.
That's my
in my opinion, he's probably the Thai second best horse in the country, along with Princess Kala, what she's done, with behind Charles Dickens. I mean, he's a superstar. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
But as you say, you make a good point.
Well, look, we'll study.
I've got another one. You and I will chat in the morning, but I've got a nice value winner for us.
Wait, not in this race.
Yes, in this race.
Oh, in this race.
A nice value. It's one of the 5 I've mentioned. When I say value, I'm talking 5 to 1 or plus. But we'll get into it tomorrow.
To win?
To win.
Oh, really? Yes. Well, people need to come. People need to come on board. Because it's a group of us that are involved in the final outcome. So the final outcome you get is a vote. It's lengthy deliberation, and eventually you get the vote in that. I'm looking forward to engaging with you guys tomorrow morning. One final word to everyone out there is that there is still time to come on board. You can come on board as late as, well, what time is the first race? 10 past 11. So I think, I think you need to come on probably by about 10:30. We'll make the cutoff. 150 Rand gets you 2 days of selections. Remember that if we do lose Monday, we will make up for it for the Tuesday meeting at the Vaal. You said it's at the Vaal.
I think it's at the Vaal. I'm 90% sure. And I just apologize to this because we talk so much. But the reason you and I talk so much is because we love the sport so much. And we could probably do this for another 3 hours on a card you haven't even studied on. That is how much we love racing. And we do apologize. We could have been shorter, but we're excited about tomorrow.
Okay. Our parting shot, Lyle, from my side is just to wish you well and a quick recovery. When will you be on air again? Because people are missing you on TV.
Wednesday, when it's about the 9th or 10th. I'll be back full time.
It's
on Wednesday the 9th.
It's National Women's Day on Wednesday the 9th.
Hey, well then I'm going to wear my pink. I'm going to wear all my pink uniform then. There we go.
National Women's Day. Lyle Cooper, thanks so much for joining me. Looking forward to engaging with you tomorrow morning, but that's our Gold Cup special. We've got another special. It's just the 2 days because of the loss of today's racing in Cape Town. My pleasure welcoming you back, and all the best for the Gold Cup meeting tomorrow.
Thanks, Nico.